it's Angela from Bake Angel. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're an allergy family like us and somebody in your household has a dairy allergy, this is a recipe that you're definitely going to want to try. It's one of those family favorites and a true classic. It's a dairy-free vanilla cupcake. Now, this is so easy to make with just a handful of regular ingredients. So let's bake and I'll talk you through the process. So with this being a small batch of cupcakes, we're going to make 6 in total. So if you want to double the recipe, it's as simple as just times in everything by 2, or you can go to the recipe card on my blog post and it will actually work it out for you. We're going to start first with our dry ingredients. So here I have 62.5 grams of self-raising flour and 62.5 grams of sugar. We're going to dump these in. And if you don't have self-raising flour, I'll pop a link to my video where I show how you can make your own. It's really super easy. To that we're going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm just going to give it a stir together. And what I do recommend you do is actually preheat your oven when you start the recipe, because this does come together very quickly. So you want to preheat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And as always, all the US measurements will be posted on the recipe post on the blog as well. So next we're going to add our wet ingredients. And to start with, we've got 62.5 grams of our unsalted plant-based butter to make sure that this is a dairy-free recipe. Now this is at room temperature as well. You do want to make sure it's nice and soft for this. And then we're going to add our 1 egg. And let's give everything a quick whisk up with our hand mixer for about 30 seconds. And the last 2 ingredients that we need to add is a dash of milk just to help loosen up the mixture. I'm using a plant-based milk for this. And a little bit of vanilla extract as well, or you could use vanilla bean paste. And then lastly, we just combine all of these and mix on high for another 30 seconds. And there we go, that's our cupcake batter made. So now we're just going to transfer them to the cupcake liners. So here you can see I have my little cupcake pan which just has 6 cupcakes in it because it is a small batch. We're actually going to bake these in a toaster oven as well, as it fits really nicely into that and there's no need to put the big oven on for this. And I'm also going to be using my cupcake scoop just to fill everything up. So to do this, you just want to grab your scoop, pick up some of that lovely cupcake batter, scrape it up against the side so it flattens it off for you, and then you're just going to plop it in the liner like so. Easy peasy. So we'll go ahead and fill the rest of them. Now with this being just a plain vanilla cupcake recipe, you could add all sorts of things to it. You could add chocolate chips, nuts, dried fruit, sprinkles, anything that takes your fancy really. It is such a versatile recipe, and with it being dairy free, it's just a really good one to have in your back pocket as well for birthday parties, for Christmas. Kids love decorating these as well, so I do hope that you'll give this recipe a try. Last thing I'm going to do is scrape down the bowl to get the remaining batter out, which will give us enough for our last cupcake. And as you can see, it is just the perfect amount for 6 lovely cupcakes. Okay, that's our 6 done, so we can move this to the side. And there we go. So now we're going to bake these in the oven for between 15 and 20 minutes. And as I said, I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll take them out when they just start to go golden on top. So just to quickly show you the setup for the toaster oven, I have it set to convection bake. at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and the 6 cavity baking pan just fits in there perfectly. I picked mine up from the dollar store, so definitely go check yours out and see if you can find one there. Okay, so the cupcakes are baked. You can see how lovely and golden they are. They've risen nicely as well with just a very slight dome, which is the way I like my cupcakes. I don't like them too domey, and they're going to be great to decorate. So what I'm going to do now is just let these sit here to cool down completely. Then I'll remove them and I can decorate them with some buttercream. So let's just show you how easy it is to decorate a cupcake with a swirl of buttercream. We're going to use a 1M piping tip, which is a closed star, and then I have a disposable piping bag, some of my Dairy Free buttercream, and we're going to decorate with some sprinkles as well. Let's get the bag set up first then. So obviously you can't just pop the tip in because the end won't come through, so we're going to need to cut a little bit off of the end. I usually do just about an inch. Pop the tip in, and then you just want to make sure that the bag is actually behind the opening, so then it won't get stuck when we actually start to pipe. Then I'm just going to grab a quick mason jar here. And that's going to make it easier for me to fill my bag. So now we can grab our buttercream. And I don't need a huge amount, we're just going to do 1 cupcake as a show for you. Scoop it in and then close up the bag. And for this you just want to squeeze it, hold the end, and then push the icing down the bag. You can give it a bit of a twist as well, which will help with the pressure when we pipe. And you can also just give it a bit of a squeeze, like you see here where it starts to come out. So let's grab our cupcake. And then you want to start in the middle, go around. Now, if you stopped at this stage, you have a rosette, which is really, really pretty in itself. We're going to keep going and do the big cupcake swirl, so then you're just going to go on top of itself and up to the top. And there we go. That's how easy it is to do the 1M swirl. So 1 tip, little bit of buttercream, and you get a nice height to that icing as well. And then we're just going to finish it with some sprinkles. And there we go, that perfectly finishes off our dairy-free cupcakes. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Now don't forget to like the video and also subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it when you do that. And you can always find the full recipe information in the description below. Thanks for watching.